What up, everybody? It's your girl Mama D here, aka Dimpho, the one and only. And today, I officially welcome you to our first podcast here on Hillcross College of Higher Education. Today, I'm joined by one of the most amazing individuals going by the name of Tlotlego, and please help me welcome him. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Before we get into detail, can you please tell us your name, where you are currently residing, and more about your stage name, Wade, basically how it came about?
Okay, so my original name is Tlotlego.
Right.
And yeah, it's a Tswana name. Okay, so my stage name is Wade, which is like, I got it from, I was doing like athletics at school.
Okay.
So yeah, I was actually giving it to like my coach. So yeah, it's a name after Olympic world record holder Wade van Niekerk. So
right. That's nice.
Yeah, so that's how I got it.
Okay, so where are you currently resided?
I actually stay in Simunye. It's
Oh.
like on the western side of Johannesburg. Yeah,
Okay.
small.
So you are considered to be one of the biggest things, or let me just say upcoming public figures.
Yeah.
And it's actually a big thing within the generational Z. Can you tell us more about your brand, how it started, and the inspiration for you to start the brand, and when did you actually establish it?
Okay, my brand is Raver, and the name came from Balenciaga. Like, so I took the name from, there's a piece of clothing that's called Raver Jeans by Balenciaga. So
okay.
that's where I took the name. So it's an opium brand. It's way like too different from other brands. See, so what actually made me start it is that I was inspired by artists like Playboy Cardi and Ken Carson. So these are the type of people that I listen to, and the actual reason why like I started it was like I was trying to be different, everything I do like unique, because we actually come from, these brands are all like the same, so I was like trying to be unique and different. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned something about Playboy Cardi, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. What's your favorite song by him?
It's Stop Breathing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on the album A Whole Lotta Red.
Do you know I Fell in Love?
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so regarding your support system, right? How tangible is it in reference to your friends, your family, your colleagues, and the society in itself?
Okay, so about that, it's all about the type of people that like want to buy the brand, because I know like the people like around me are not the type of people like who'd wear like opium clothing.
Right.
So my target audience is like the people who support me is like people who like are out of like are like in the cities, like people like fashion.
Right.
So yeah, people like who have more style than like people where I actually come from.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
So when you started the brand, did you talk to anyone? How did the planning go and everything?
I actually didn't talk to anyone because at that time I was still in high school.
Right.
Yeah, 2023. That when like I started doing the samples like on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, before I printed like everything out in January like 2024.
Oh,
Yeah, that's when.
okay. So, and then in reference to your social media, how do you deal with rivalry or competition? What do you think makes you stand out the most? What's different about you?
It's all like being unique and focusing on your own target market, because with all these other brands, they all like have their own similarities, and like being unique makes you like stand out, and like it makes like people want to like check you out. Okay, so I want to know like what Raver is really about, and
Okay.
yeah, so type of thing.
Okay. So, how did you get your supplier connection?
Okay, so I actually went out to Randfontein, and then I started like asking people like about it, like where can I find people like who can help me out with all this. Yeah, so that's when I got everything out.
So you did all of that by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So who was your specific target market?
My specific target market was the people like from around Palmfontein, because I know like they're the only ones like we can say would actually rock my brand, because we actually come from like people who have their own style, and
Okay.
they don't really like want to wear something like that to them like doesn't make sense. You understand? Yeah.
So can I consider it as a Latwizi fashion sense?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So how do you manage the business side of things, such as marketing and sales? Because I don't think you're going to be comfortable to talk about your like finance and everything.
So it's all like having to deal with social media, like posting.
Right.
Yeah, that's when like I can draw people like towards my brand, and get to talk to other people like who have like interest like in buying or like checking things out.
Okay. So in reference to, now we are out of the brand, right?
Okay.
So now I want to speak about your management agency
Okay,
and
yeah.
curation company, which most of us mistaken it to be a record
Record
label.
label, yeah.
Right? Okay. So how do you manage that along with the brand?
Okay, on that one, I actually have a couple of people that help me out.
Okay.
Although like I was the first one like to start everything out, and then like started hosting events around here in Braamfontein. So yeah, I have like people like who help me out, who like joined along the journey.
Okay. So are you working with someone on that also, like the management agency?
I would say so, but then it's the artist and the models that I have that I'm actually working with.
Oh.
But in reference like to the management as it is, I'm the only one like who's handling like everything in the management.
So is it not hard, because a brand on its own is a lot of work?
It is. That's why like I actually decided to close the brand for now until like I get the suppliers and the quality T-shirts and everything. Yeah.
Okay. So do you work with local artists, or is it just an individual deal?
I do work with local artists, and because I actually have I think 2 DJs from my area,
Okay.
and then one model is from I think 4 Ways or Sentence somewhere there. Yeah.
Okay, so do you see yourself working with any bigger artists?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you
I would
mention?
say. At this moment, I wouldn't actually mention because I'm not really sure. Because in this type of industry, like you can come across like people, who, like a lot of artists. So I wouldn't
Right.
actually say who.
Okay. So what challenges did you overcome during the process of the creation of your management agency and curation company?
Okay, the challenges were like the time when event organizers like used to, what can I say? Used to like they didn't have like transparency like when like booking our artists. They don't like want to pay us like get into events and gigs. Yeah, that were the challenges that we faced back then.
So how did you deal with that?
I actually like let it slide because that was the only way I could deal with it at that time.
Okay. So what are your short and long-term goals in your career?
Okay, so my short-term goal is, how can I say, like, I don't really have one. I'm actually like focused on the long-term goal, which is like growing the management agency and possibly like getting to manage like people who are big like in the industry. Understand? Yeah.
Okay. So what do you hope to accomplish with your art or your brand specifically?
Okay, I hope like to accomplish like getting to fashion shows, bigger fashion shows, and having my own store, around like the city or.
Okay, so what's your dream destination, like where you really want to go, or where you really want to go experience or witness a fashion show?
How can I say? Where I want to go? For now, like I could say Palm Fashion Week, and then as time goes, I want to attend like shows like Rick Owens and Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, the designer brand. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you handle criticism and negative feedback? Have you ever experienced?
I have.
Okay.
Because the first time when I started both the management agency and the brand,
Right.
I actually had people like who were like, you won't like get anywhere with all this and it's not gonna work, things like that. So I just like show people that it's all possible, and I don't actually like take it to head when people like criticize my work or my art.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so how do you use social media to engage with your audience?
I use it to my advantage by engaging with them, educating like people who are on like social media, and like by posting, inviting them to our events. We have like small events like during the year, and so yeah, social media helps me like in a sense of growing our target audience and everything.
Okay. And I think this is the last question. Lastly, what message or central theme do you want to pass to anyone that looks up to you?
Okay, what I want to say is do your own thing. Don't be focused on what other people are doing. Don't be afraid to take risk and try out new things. So yeah, just focus on yourself and don't worry about like what anyone else is doing. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your cooperation skills. I really love your intellectual qualities.
It's a pleasure.
And that officially brings us to the end of this interview. I hope you guys enjoyed just as much as we did as we partook this beautiful moment with Tlotlego. Make sure you comment down below on any recommendations of what you think the next video should be on. You can also follow us on our Instagram at Hillcross College and on our Facebook at Hillcross College of Higher Education. I hope you guys have a beautiful week and love.